Sorry.
Good evening, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to Mock Club contest of Gabby's Toastmasters Club. I am Toastmaster Sudharma Pereira, your sergeant at arms for today's contest. I am sure that you are excited as I am. The contest will be blocked for 2 hours and you are expected to stay for entire duration. Before we start meeting, I want to highlight some key points. Your video should be on and the audio should be off. Audio should be on only when you are called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on these topics at the Gabby's Toastmasters Club, however, we request all speakers and all takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. And also, we urge you to be aware of the fact that we as a club practice diversity, inclusion in letter and in spirit. Hence, ensure there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertones which create hostility and discomfort for members or guests. Let me now call upon the Toastmaster of the day. She is a software developer at Cognizant, Bangalore. She hails from Steel City of India. The MS Dhoni's lab. She hopes to meet him one day. Her hobbies are traveling and clicking lots of Instagrammable photos. She is none other than Toastmaster Mamta Singh. Toastmaster Mamta, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudharma, for the lovely introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. Welcome to Mock Speech Contest Evaluation for Area Contest Division B, which is going to happen on 25th of November. Today, for the contest, we have total two contestants and one test speaker. Timer, please note that the time limit for evaluation is 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minute green card, 2.5 minute yellow card, and 3 minute red card. We have one test speaker for today. The speech length for the test speaker is 5 to 7 minutes. The order of the contestant, evaluation contestant, will be from one app, which is the randomizer. Now, let me share my screen and set the order. So today we have two contestants, Toastmaster Smita and Toastmaster Lakshmi. So now we have got the order. First will be Toastmaster Lakshmi and second will be Toastmaster Smita. Now let me call upon the test speaker for today. He is Toastmaster Shiv Kumar. Toastmaster Shiv Kumar, Grandma, Toastmaster Shiv Kumar. Over to you.
What are the values you live by? And what are the values you live by? It's a question worth pondering. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. When I was a boy back in Kerala, March 31st was the date every kid was looking for. End of exams and homeworks. Welcome the vacation. That's when I moved to my grandma's house to spend the next 60 days. Yahoo! Freedom! Yet my parents. My grandma's house was a two-story building with 8 bedrooms, while I slept with my grandma. My uncles and cousins slept in the adjacent room. A woman, frail as a flower, light as a feather, At 80, my grandma was a vibrant, valiant, vintage woman. She, she was the end of every argument in our family. She, she was the beginning of many arguments in our family. At dinner table, oh boy, she was so loud. She would make slurping, burping, and gulping sound. Occasionally, crossing her fingers into her mouth to dislodge the dentures onto the plate. My grandma could sing and brush the teeth at the same time. Can you? Back in the bedroom is where she took the center stage. She was my constant companion. She always had nice things to say. And she was better than the TV. At bedtime, she would take me on a journey to faraway fairylands where everything was bright and beautiful. At night, she snored like a bear. It often began with a clemento, progressing into a crescendo. And sometimes it would stop. That's when I get up from my bed in pitch darkness and wonder, has she has she just died? I would extend my hand to see if she is breathing. She is not dead yet. Like an engine that's been re-cranked, she would sputter, mutter, say something in gibberish and fix all over again. Now you know why my cousins are sleeping in the adjacent room. One day, my grandma called me. Sheep, I'm going to tell you something that you will never tell anybody else. She sat me down and looked straight into my eyes and said, I wanted to promise that you would never tell what I'm going to tell. I said, yes, grandma. Promise me that you will always love your mother. Promise me that you will never touch alcohol. I was just 12. Without even blinking an eye, I said, yes, grandma, I promise. But grandma, can I ask you something? Yes, my dear. Grandma, can I can I look at girls? You are like your grandfather. Grandma said, Sheep, I think you are special. And I also think you can do anything you want to do. Years passed away. My grandma also passed away. I passed out from my college, now a young man. Even though grandma was no more with us, our family was a well knit one. On such family get together occasion, my cousin Sukhi and Manoj called me to the nearest woods. It's a place full of mango trees and cashew trees. I saw my cousins carrying a small carton. What's in that carton? It's a case of beer. Manoj and Sukhi cajoled me to drink beer. I said, you guys carry on. I'm not going to have any beer. Sukhi said, come on, man. We are always together in everything. It's only beer. I'm not going to have any beer. I don't want Sukhi. Come on, sheep. It's only 7% alcohol. Even the biscuits you eat have got some amount of alcohol. Drink. Seeing my obstinate behavior, Sugit and Manoj began to laugh. And I was confused and perplexed why they are laughing. Amidst of the laughter, Sugit just said, Team, I hope you are not still hung up with the promise you had given to God grandma. What promise? Come on, man. For grandma, every grandchild was special. And she made a promise with every grandchild not to drink alcohol. What? All these years, I thought I was the only special child of grandma. On that day, I felt like a boy who just discovered that Santa is not real. I felt like a deflated balloon, and it took me a while to get out of that depression. But after a few days, I realized how much my cousins also loved my grandma. And for grandma, everyone was special. She was an ordinary lady, but with an extraordinary capacity to love each one of us. She gave us all her unconditional love. Grandma taught us that dealing with people is like digging for gold. When you dig for gold, you don't look at the dirt, you always look for the gold. Grandma instilled and infused us the power of treating others with respect and love. Grandma, through her life, lived with that value. I'm not so close to my grandma in that aspect, but I'm still trying. I want to ask you, what are the values you live by, and what are the values you live by? Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiv Kumar, for your speech.
Thank you
Now,
so much.
now we have 5 minutes of silence for the evaluators to mark their evaluation. Timer, can you please start the timing? Thank you, timer. Now I would request Zoom Master to move all the participants to the breakout area except first.
All the participants, not ne?
Uh,
Only Toastmaster Samita.
Only Samita, yeah. To the breakout area.
Toastmaster Mamta, point of order. You would have to mention that Toastmaster Samita can simply not write anything again in the breakout room. She might not be aware of it. So she simply cannot write or look at a sheet. She has to turn it upside down and be there. So that has to be conveyed to her.
Okay.
She went to the room. Should I come back?
Okay.
SAA can go into the breakout room and convey this to her. We don't have to keep an eye because it's a mock and a thing, but this is what is the procedure that's done. So she must be aware of it.
I will assign Toastmaster of the day to the breakout room, please.
You just brought me back from the breakout room. Should I be in the breakout room or?
Yes,
you
Samita, you need to be in the breakout room, and one rule here, you do not need to write anything in the breakout room.
Yeah, I know that. The thing is that you assigned me and then you brought me back. That's why I was a bit confused. Okay, assign me again. I'll go to the breakout.
Okay. Something.
Sudharma, you are taking me also to the breakout room. I need to be here.
I didn't see the breakout room.
Now you are in the room, no? Toastmaster. Let me check. I was really confused with this all.
Yes. Toastmaster Samita is in the breakout room now.
Okay.
And Sudharma, you also need to join in the breakout room.
Okay. Do I need to? I think no need, no?
Toastmaster Aparna, can you please help us here?
So ideally SAA goes, but in our mock things, we didn't do that because we trust our people. So that is also, I leave it to your decision. You want to move her? You can.
All right. Toastmaster Sudharma, you can be here. Now we can move ahead with the evaluation. We have the first participant, Toastmaster Lakshmi. Toastmaster Lakshmi, can you repeat after me? It's a great and beautiful evening.
It's a great and beautiful evening.
Perfect, I can hear. Toastmaster Lakshmi, stage is yours.
Toastmaster Sheep, today you persuaded us to reflect on and think about what are those values that we hold close to us through a beautiful storyline that probably took us back to our childhood days. The use of brilliantly used English language, be it the rhyming words that you used, sputter, mutter, or be it words such as live and leave. The overall, your control over English language was brilliant and amazing. And another thing that I really loved is the way you tied back the knots from the introduction to the body, to the conclusion with a simple message. What are the values that we live by, and what are the values that we want to leave? I really congratulate you for such a brilliant performance. Now, these are some of the points that you want to live by, and here are some of the points that you would probably want to leave. What is that? The first one, pauses. Why do we need pauses? It breaks the monotony of the speech. Most of us here have certain style of speaking where we tend to get very poetic or we tend to get very loud. So with these pauses, what happens? You're giving people some time to think and reflect on what you have spoken so far. So if I can give you an example from your own speech, that part of your speech when you spoke about when realization hit you, you could have probably said, you could have frozen. Realization hit, and it hit hard. That I was not the only favorite one. Like, even that voice getting a little soft grabs the attention of people immediately. Another point that I would like to bring about, share with you here is how you could have, what do you call this? Yes. Yeah. So these were some of the points that I wanted to share with you. And overall, to conclude, I would like to say you're an excellent storyteller with brilliant control over English and knowing how to deliver a speech with a purpose. And just one thing, if you could think about, is probably the pauses. And another thing is, as much as we like personal stories, if the personal story part could be kept a little short and probably move to the conclusion a little faster, I think that would have really helped. With that, all the very best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi. Now we have 1 minute of silence over here. And Toastmaster Sudharma, you can bring Toastmaster Samita from the breakout area.
Can I have the timer, please? On the screen? Can you pin him up?
Sorry to interrupt, may I?
Yes.
Okay, so Samita, you will not be given the opportunity to pin the timer in the actual contest. So what you can request is for the timer to raise their hand. That way, what will happen? They will come on the top of your screen. You can pin them, okay? Because they will not pin you as per the contest.
Can I pin them?
If you cannot, ask them to raise their hand. See, they'll come on the top of the screen. So you can see them, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Just be aware of it. Okay?
Yeah, I could pin it. Thank you. I didn't know this.
1 minute. 1 minute of silence is over. Toastmaster, we have the second participant, Toastmaster Samita. Toastmaster Samita, repeat after me. It's a great and beautiful evening.
It is a great and beautiful evening.
Yeah, I can hear you. Perfect. Toastmaster Samita, stage is yours.
Speaker Shivkumar, what a relatable topic you have picked up. The moment you were telling about your grandmother, I went back to my childhood and I was remembering my grandma. And the way you described her, the words that you used, vibrant, vintage woman, brought a smile on my lips. You know you are a very good storyteller, and you have woven all those stories, crafted the speech so well. The introduction, the body, and the conclusion. I love the way you use the words of surfing, burping, gulping. You had us hooked to what you wanted to say next. Kudos to the way you use the small space that you have. You moved left, you moved right to show what your grandmom was speaking and what you were speaking. That helped us understand what and who was speaking along with your words. You have done a wonderful summary of what your grandmom had taught and your cousins along with it. It was a great speech. However, there are a few pointers I would like to share with you, which will elevate your speech to the next level. First, you have used the left and right side of the screen, but I suggest you be careful and mindful that your hand gestures were not going out of the space, because I couldn't see them. I couldn't understand what you were doing out of the space. Sometimes when you tried coming forward, your head was not visible. So you can practice this and make sure that we are able to see all your gestures. You spoke about your grandmom snoring. If I could hear that snoring sound, it would have been the icing on the cake. The way you expressed what your grandmom has taught in the end, the message that you had given was a very good one, but the message came right at the end. I would have loved to hear that message somewhere along the way in your stories to be highlighted so that I could take that with me. If I have to summarize it was a well-crafted story. You have used beautiful words. You have explained the story, the speech very beautifully, but there are a few recommendations that I would like to give. Be mindful of the space. The message can be stronger and better. Thank you and
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita, for your evaluation. Now, this is the time to have evaluation of all the evaluators. For that, we have Toastmaster Aparna. The time limit for you is 3 to 5 minutes. Toastmaster Aparna, over to you.
Hey, thank you very much. There's a good chance I might go a little overboard with time because we have only 2 speakers, and let me do that. Let's start with Toastmaster Lakshmi. Toastmaster Lakshmi, I'm going to put it out there, not your best evaluation today. I've seen you do better evaluation. The reason I say that is because the structure was not maintained. It could be some confusion in the way you've written. So takeaway for you would be that when you're writing, whatever you're writing, ensure it is written clearly. You could make 2 columns and write a positive and a negative clearly so that none of the points are missed out, right? So this is going to be a big takeaway for you so that in the competition, you're not able, you don't miss out on that part. So moving ahead. See, when you say your speech was brilliant, it was amazing. Okay, that's good. You're being very encouraging. You get points for that. There is a huge chunk of points for analyzing the speech, right? We know that, right? The judges have. When you say something is brilliant and amazing, I want to know why you think it's brilliant and amazing. That is where you'll get the points for analyzing your speech, the analysis part. You will get it. For commendation and analysis, it's one chunk, like a huge chunk, 40 or something goes in there. That chunk will come in there. Why was it brilliant? Why was it amazing? Because you kept using these wonderful words. Your English language was great. It had us hooked. And then it weaved a beautiful visual imagery for us. If you say something like that, then it is validating your commendation. So give the validation. I know you were cognizant of time, you wanted to keep it within time. And so you started your recommendations soon, but you started a little too soon. What happened was your commendations did not get the weightage it is expected to get. Now, 2 minutes, you get your green. At least for a minimum of a minute and maybe even a minute and 15, 20 seconds, you can give commendations comfortably. Give your commendations for a minute. Yours was probably not beyond 45 to 50 seconds. Okay, so ensure a minimum of 1 minute of commendation is given. Again, a huge chunk for points there, which is you were very empathetic, you were very sympathetic, and all of those points will come in there only. Right? So that part, just be aware of it. One. The second thing is you spoke about pause and tonality. You gave examples. Good. That was very good when you say pauses and tone. But you explain what are pauses, why pauses are needed. Now, just understand this thing. At this level of the competition, we really don't have to tell members what is the use of a pause, because we understand that these are people who've had some amount of experience in making speeches. So we don't have to really educate them per se, unless it is a totally different view, which probably no one knows. It should be like an aha thing. If you're explaining something, it has to be this, a moment of epiphany. Otherwise, don't bother explaining it. It gives you flavor and all of that. Don't say. Instead, you could have given an example and said, when you had that, he has this moment of realization. If you'd given that pause, that moment, it would have showed your shock to us or something like that. Why the pause? Validate the pause specifically and not generically. So when we give these recommendations, be very specific. Example, yes, it's a specific example, but why? If you can show them how it can be done, right? That is one thing. And yes, you did talk about tone. There you gave a valid example. You said you could have gone a little slowly. It would have had, that is the kind of specificity we are looking for, which will add value to your evaluation. Another thing, again, that was a rookie blunder you did, which I was surprised you did, because you're a very, you know how to evaluate, was to start a new point at the very fag end. We don't do that. We simply don't do that. No matter how good the point is, you had almost summarized. You had come into red and you started a new point. You said, you are a great storyteller, but you started, you gave us the message towards the end. I wish you'd given it sooner. That was the main thing. So that is why I say, write it in that column. And prioritize which ones you're going to talk about. So at least give a priority. You can write 1, 2, 3 on the points when you're writing to think which one you're going to speak first, which one second, which one third. So if you are falling short of time, the third one, it's okay to do away with it. You're getting it? Something like a camera angle and all can be something that can be let off very easily. So I'm just giving you an idea there how to write it. With that said, you summarized, but I know you're a brilliant evaluator. Just a little bit of rejig in the way you put down your notes is going to change how you actually do the evaluation. I would say keep practicing. You'll get there, I'm sure. I've seen you do much better. You can. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lakshmi. So moving on to the next evaluator, Toastmaster Samita. Toastmaster Samita, you did so well today. I've seen you in the practice sessions. You did so well today. I was so happy. The structure was very clear. The structure was very clear. There was a very clear demarcation between commendations, recommendation, and the summary. Yeah, the summary was a little, okay, we'll get there, but let's start with the commendation. Good commendation. You're a great storyteller. That's a nice way to put it. However, you should tell them why you think they are a great storyteller. To you, you're a great storyteller. When you wove a wonderful tale, you almost got there. But then you can tell them why too. You can tell why. They had you captivated. You had all those points flying around, but ensure you put in the validation. Give me a moment, please. Okay, so ensure. That is the point for analysis that you get. So I'm just saying the analysis point is, okay, so you heard the speech. You analyzed the speech. And this is how you see the speech now. And hence, these are your commendations. These are your recommendations. Basically, it is you're deciphering all this from your analysis, be it the commendation or recommendation. That should shine through. The analysis part has to shine through. I analyzed your speech this well, and this is how I analyzed. And that is why I say this is the commendation that has to come through very strong. It came in. It definitely came in today, Samita. Cannot deny that, but it can come through even better. Now, what is the other thing that I want to mention to you is, now see, here's the point. Like the camera angle, it was very obvious that today Sheeb's camera was not great. Very obvious. But the problem with something very obvious is everyone is going to mention it. Everyone is going to mention it. How are you going to do it differently? What can you do is something very simple like a camera angle and things like that. Keep it as a not so important recommendation. Make it the third point. Remember the same thing that I told Lakshmi. If you're marking your recommendations as 1, 2, 3, let that be the third one. Mm-hmm. And then just mention it if you feel like, if you think, okay, I have to mention because it was so obvious to me, and you feel, mention it. And you say, in the, like a passing comment towards the end, and along with it, of course, the camera was a little askew today, and that also can be worked on. As a passing comment, you could mention that, but pay heed to the more important points. Like today, his role play, the pausing was definitely a little messed up. It was a great speech, but the pausing could have added a lot of drama to it. You had those points. Give more weightage to them. These obvious things, don't give as much weightage because everyone is going to say it. With that, I think you did a great job today. So yeah, that is the end of my evaluation finally. So back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparna, for your detailed evaluation. And with this, we are at the end of our first part, that is the mock speech evaluation. Now we are heading towards the second part of our meeting, which is the table topic contest practice. And for that, we have the table topic master today. Please welcome Toastmaster Sandeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Mamta. We have only one contestant today for the mock session. So we will do away with the formalities of deciding the order or when having a separate room. We will directly jump into the topic, but before that, I would just like to reiterate the timing rules. And I also have a question for Aparna. Are we supposed to spotlight timer for the TT contestant?
No, no.
We are not. Okay.
I have to spotlight him.
You have to. Okay, sounds good. So
I want the
just,
timer to raise his hand. Mamta, only me as a table topic. No one else is there. So I can't join room number 1, no?
All right, you can stay here. Yeah.
No one else is there. I am only there.
So you can stay here. No need to join in the
Yep.
break area.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pin the timer. Oh, I think so. I can't pin because you have been spotlighted. Yeah.
okay, all right. So the timing rules as usual are going to be, it's a 1 to 2 minute speech with a 30 seconds grace period. So you take care of spotlighting the timer, Toastmaster Samita. And I will now head directly into the topic.
Yes.
Sure. So your topic today, Toastmaster Samita, is yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. I'll repeat. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. Toastmaster Samita.
With age, we grow. We grow, we learn. We learn, we understand. We understand and we realize. When we are young, we always want to change everything around us. We have that self-belief that I can do it. I thought I can change my friend to become whom I would love. I pestered him to be the one of my dream. What happened was, we broke up after a few months. I was very angry at the very fact that why did he not change according to me? I was right. What I said was right. It was my way. Over the years, I realized I cannot change him. I went and apologized to him, saying that I was wrong because today I have realized the only person in this world that I can change is myself. If I decide to do something today, I can do. I cannot force you to do that. So that was my mistake. I admitted it. And then suddenly I found life to become much more beautiful, much more better. Today, I don't have expectation from anyone else other than me. If I want to get up early in the morning, I get up. I don't force my children to get up or to choose a subject that they love, not what I like, because I know I can change myself. I can bring my own peace, my own happiness, and my own self worth. I do not need any validation, not do I force anyone. Over to you, contestant.
Sandeep, you're
Contest
on
master,
mute.
you are muted.
Apologies, sorry, didn't realize that. Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. Uh, Smriti is going to evaluate the table topic, but before I hand it over to Smriti, I wanted to check with Toastmaster of the day if I can allocate one more table topic to the speaker, since we have plenty of time and we are anyways ahead of schedule.
Yes, Toastmaster Sandeep, you can allocate.
But
Sure,
can I have the sorry to interrupt. Can I have the evaluation and then the second topic?
We can do that too.
Yes.
We can do that too. Toastmaster Smriti, do you need time to prep?
No, I can do it right away, but I have a question here. Will I get timed, or I can give my feedback to Samita? Toastmaster Aparna,
So you're asking whether you have to stick to the 2 to 3 minutes time limit, or can you
Yes.
exceed that? I would
Yes.
defer that to Aparna too.
So there is no role like a TTE in the contest. So this is something we've
Correct.
made, but you can stick to the time. But you feel you need to exceed, I think you can take that liberty today because we don't have many contestants.
Okay, got it. Shall I begin, Toastmaster Sandeep?
Yes, please.
Okay, Toastmaster Samita. Samita, we practiced yesterday as well, so I'll just start from there. If I compare it, you were pretty much better in the practice part yesterday. I'll not negate the fact that you had content today. You given a new horizon to the topic the moment you got it. So the topic had two aspects. One was I was clever yesterday to change the world, and second, I am wise today to change myself. In that topic, you will see nowhere the we were saying this was bad or this is good. That is direction which you have given. My suggestion is, if you really want to differentiate these two things by saying that yesterday I was bad and today I'm good, then let's voice it out by stating it when the very beginning. I don't agree or I agree. Because while listening to you, I was in a dilemma. Was that the topic to compare past and present, or past was bad? The clarity part was missing. I hope you're getting it. Okay. So that was one thing. You started with the transformation, or I can say the transition of age. With age, it comes growth, then we learn, then we understand, then we act. That was good. But again, I felt why it's getting stretched? Can't we have like we with age we grow, we learn, and we practice? Like 4 points only. Why I have 5, 6 points? I'm putting more on the recommendation part because that will help you to shape it up better. I'm not putting
sure.
my time on commendation part.
No.
Okay. Then you had two components: the young self and the now, the present one. In the younger part, you narrated a story where you wanted your friend to change completely. Story was there, however, I think some foundation was much needed. It abruptly started and ended like that, a flat on face. There was no formation to it, that I had a friend, that my bond was something different, or he or she was like this. So Aya aisa, and then it flat on ground. I suddenly wanted him to change and all. I will suggest, if you have a story, a build-up is required. Just frame it well. And then you said, now I understood. How you understood? Did anything happen to you? Okay, you said now I understood that, okay, now I have to do this, do have how. That how part was missing. As an audience or a evaluator, I was clueless. What happened? Why this transformation? So I somehow feel you have the content, you have the right choice of word, only the structuring part and having a strong stance on your main topic. That's more important. Topic should not go in one direction or speech in other direction. So that's a full bundle of recommendation from my part, only to help you practice more and do very well in future. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Back,
much. Yeah.
back to you, Toastmaster Sandeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smriti.
Toastmaster
So,
Sandeep,
yeah,
one request to you. Please put the topic in the chat box.
you want me to put the topic in the chat? I was explicitly told not to do so.
Because in the competition, we are getting the topic in the chat.
Samita, are you sure of it? In this
Yes.
too, I believe this practice is not there anymore.
But,
Were you told by the
yeah.
contestant?
In the briefing, it was told
Okay.
that those who are there in the room will get a chit of paper, and those who are online will get it through their private direct message.
Okay, but just know that from division that won't happen. Okay, so just FYI.
Okay.
I do not have permission to add topic that can be viewed by everyone in the chat. Nevertheless, yeah, I don't see how to do that. But anyway, I will request Zoom Master to allow me to send message to Samita directly, and I will go ahead with the topic. All right, we'll go to the next topic. Your topic is, if I could rewrite the history. If I could rewrite the history, Toastmaster Samita.
If I could rewrite history, I would definitely go back 200 years ago. Go back to the time when the Britishers came to India. Go back and make sure that the Britishers were only traders and they did not have an opportunity to come and rule over us. I would rewrite the history of the people around who would become so powerful that they would not let the Britishers enter as rulers. All the kings who were there, the princely states, they would fight to the nail. I would rewrite some beautiful heroic stories of heroes like the ones who had done for our freedom. A Subhash Chandra Bose in that era, who would be fighting to make sure that Britishers never ruled us. If I was granted that wish, how well I will be structuring the history where we become brave, our education system becomes very strong, and we are at the top of the world. Let it be literature, let it be religion, let it be politics. We, the oldest democracy, do not lose out to any foreign invaders. We, the ones who had Takshashila, do not adopt their education system and destroy our own education system. I am willing to rewrite all these things and make heroes and heroines of history like Rani Lakshmibai write our history. A new history for you. Over to you, contestant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. Toastmaster Smriti, would you like a minute to compile your notes?
I'm good. I can start.
Okay, please go ahead.
Toastmaster Samita, if I could rewrite a history, again, kudos to the content you had. You want straight away, you said your point that if I get a chance, I'll go back. So your rewriting history was directly linked to traveling 100 years back. My mind was set, okay, now I'm going to hear this only. Okay, fine, that is taken care, done. Let me directly come to the suggestion part. Here what happened, you said you want to do 4 things. You want to restrict Britishers to being traders. You want people to be better fighters. You want the heroes to be visible and education system to be more strong. 4 points. If you really think all the 4 points are needed, then as an audience or evaluator, I want example of every 4 points. However, you gave example of only 2 points. And your sequence was traders, fighter, hero, and education. When it came to hero, you said Subhash Chandra Bose. And then you came to education part and you discussed, you mentioned the word of Takshashila. I mean, the education system, what it used to be back. While concluding, you again brought the hero part and introduced Rani Lakshmibai. So there was the organization part was missing. 4 points, very strong point, very valid point. So let's do one thing. Next time, if for example you have exactly these 4 points, why not I will suggest to restrict yourself to 2 or 3 points and give better example. Even if you want 4 points, give at least one example. And in the summary, please summarize it so that we as a listener, I'll have the entire thing. You can reiterate by saying, so if I would rewrite the history, I'll go back and change and tuck, the 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the organization part will be set. So that's the suggestion from my end, Toastmaster Samita. Please put a strong head on the organization part. Content-wise, you have a storytelling narration that is taken care, but organize it well, the sequencing part and things will be better. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Sandeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster. And that brings our today's mock table topic presentation to an end.
I
Over
want
to you. Yep.
Toastmaster Sandeep, I wanted the first topic.
You wanted the first topic.
If you can put it in the chat.
I will send it.
For practice.
I will write in the chat. I'll also send it to you one-on-one. Sure. But we'll conclude the mock session here at this moment, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Mamta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep Belekar. With this, we are at the end of our meeting. Thank you all for participating and evaluation also. And as there is a saying that there is no any end to our learning, keep learning and keep practicing your speeches. All the best and thank you.
Thank you so much. All of you are helping me. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Shi.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All the best, Samita ji. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All the best, Toastmaster Samita.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Smriti is I want to stop the